Hey everybody, it's Mary Gardner, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a speaker on stage and you think to yourself, I could do that. I should be up there. You know that you're really smart and you're very experienced, and you wonder, how are they doing it? How are they getting those offers to get on stage? And how are those speakers that are out there making money doing it? Well, if you have a passion for increasing your influence or for educating or inspiring or motivating, maybe you're called to be a speaker. The speaking industry is alive and well. And as a former celebrity lecture agent, I have worked with thousands of speakers to help them not only identify what their signature keynote speech is and find their motivational story, but to help them get booked on stages around the globe. Some of my clients are very well-known names that you've seen or heard of. And I've helped them go from maybe being a free speaker or $2,500 speaker up to being a $30,000 speaker and making millions of dollars as a speaker. So you wonder, how does that happen? How do speakers go from obscurity into the stratosphere as a star speaker on stage? And what can that do for your income level? And what can that do for your career? I can tell you quite a bit. And I've seen speakers do it in 6 months, in a year, in a very short amount of time with mentoring, and have a goal and know what they're doing. So I wanted to give you a couple of tips. If you see yourself and other people passing you by and you want to get out there and really be recognized as the expert that you know you are. And I know so many of you have great credentials. You've gone to school, you've been in the weeds, you have worked your job, and you are phenomenal. And so many of you should be on stage. So I wanted to share with you a couple of these tips, and hopefully they'll be helpful for you today. So very first thing you need to do is you need to have a personal brand. So make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date, that you have a recognizable have your brand done, have your banner made, have a good photograph, not something super casual. In your about section, let people know what you do. You need to make sure it's professionally written. It's not your bio. It's really about how you offer and how you help people over in your speaking and also in your career. You can also make sure that you have all the right things for speaking. The bio is important with your beautiful headshot, your references, if you've done any speaking, your topic, your title, and maybe where some of the places that you've spoken. And make sure that when you have that, you also couple that with a sizzle reel, and a sizzle reel should be on your website and or your LinkedIn profile. And it's up to about 3 minutes long. Meeting planners are not going to look at it for more than a couple of seconds. If it's not grabbing them in the beginning, boom, they move on. So if they're seeing you on LinkedIn on a regular basis and you're getting a lot of traffic, make sure that you have a good video on there. And if you can get some video references from people talking about how great you are, that's even better. Ultimately, as a speaker, you're going to want to have a full-blown website. And maybe as a speaker, you're doing coaching and consulting and have packages, and possibly maybe having a virtual assistant working with you. And feel free to touch base with me. I can certainly help you with that, or also with the LinkedIn. I certainly can help you with building that. Meeting planners are the ones that are booking the speakers most often. Occasionally, of course, if a CEO or C-suite sees somebody at a conference and they say, we need to get that person, then of course they're going to have the influence over the meeting planner. But this is the job of a meeting planner. And there are meeting planning companies that work with big corporations, or there are internal meeting planners, and all of them, or most of them, are a member with a company, or it's an association called Meeting Planners International. And so you can go to a local meeting. Another good place to meet people who book speakers is 𝗕𝗲, and that's for HR. And so you just have to find out where or what company is booking speakers and know if they're doing sales conferences or if they're doing healthcare conferences. Another place is go to newsletters or to your favorite associations and find out when their national conferences are and be right in touch with them directly. You can send all of your speaker materials. You could call that person on the phone. What are you looking for? What topics are you looking for? And you could submit. Oftentimes they're looking for speakers just like you. Besides going to your local industry and looking at those those different speaking conferences that are coming up, or conferences where people will be gathering. Check out your local area for conferences that are coming. Depending upon where you live, there are conferences coming to every city around the globe, pretty much. I'm in Orlando, and we're like the meeting capital of the world, us in Las Vegas. So we will check you out. I mean, just check out a year in advance and find out what conferences are going to be there, and then start marketing your materials. If you don't, again, have an assistant to do it or have the time, you can hire a virtual assistant. Again, be in touch with us if we can help you out. Okay, so a lot of people also ask about having an agent, and they're like, oh, I need an agent. Well, yeah, everybody wants an agent, but that's different than a marketing person. So a marketing person is someone who works on your behalf to get the information out there, and you're paying them on an hourly basis or on a project basis, or even on a commission basis. There are some people now out on the internet called high ticket closers. I can't vouch for any of them, don't know them, but I know some of them are working on just commission to book you. So that's a possibility. But ultimately, an agent or a bureau is going to work with you if you are making money as a speaker. They're not going to take you on if you're not making money. You can pay a publicist to get your reputation growing and your brand developing, and you could pay them. But an agent or a bureau is going to work on commission. It's 25 to 30% commission, and that's pretty standard. And I always pay my agents really well. I was an agent for many years, and I always loved it when speakers gave me a little bonus or, you know, threw me some business. So I developed a good rapport with them. So I hope some of these things are really helpful for you. I want to share with you that I would love to invite you to have a conversation with me. I've put the Calendly link below to book with me, because I know what you will need to do in your career. And we've got several offerings. We've got 2 boot camps coming up in the near future. One is a boot camp on starting as a motivational speaker and creating your motivational speech. This can be used at any conference, locally, nationally, your industry, or even in your company. And it's important that you know your story. And number 2, we have a boot camp coming up about TED Talks, and TEDx Talks are a great way to increase your brand influence and get out there on the main stage and be seen by a worldwide audience. So book a client meeting with me. It's calendly.com/Mary Gardner. And I'd love to chat with you about your career as a speaker or your budding career as a new brand and an up and coming brand. All right, guys, I look forward to talking to you soon. Look forward to seeing you on Zoom, and make it a great day. Thanks so much.